Good day and welcome to Tolex Image one more time. In this video we shall be sharing tips on how to change our background, the background of our images from these that we are looking at to this beautiful background. And the most important thing in background manipulation is how to make it realistic. Looking at the foot shadow it has makes it look real. You never tell that this thing was manipulated. It was not, the picture was not taken right inside this studio. So without wasting much of our time, let's go into the business of today that we have to do. This is our flower that we'll be using this time around. We'll not be making use of this. I won't be making use of this flower. Rather than for me to make use of these flowers, I'll be making use of these flowers. So, and this is our image that we shall be working on. So let's venture into what we have to do today. So now as you can see, my layer panel is not here, so just go to the windows and click on your layers. Okay, be that as it may, let me go quickly to, because I love working on Instagram, posting my pictures on Instagram, so I want to crop it to Instagram size so that the Instagram will not resize my file for me again, which can later affect the quality. So I'll be making use of the crop tool here, and I'll be dragging my picture this way, as you can see. I'll be dragging it this way, as you can see. Okay, we're dragging it this way. Okay, so that will give me enough space here. I think I'm okay with this. The headroom here, I don't actually want it, so I'm okay with this. You press enter. Don't forget that Instagram file size is 4x5. Press enter and it gives you this. Okay, so as it is now, the next thing we want to do is to go to our rectangular marquee tool. If it is on circle, you have to long press it and it will bring out options. Click the rectangle and as usual drag it down like this. Make sure it does not touch the skin of the model. So the next thing we are going to be doing now is to enter Ctrl T for transform. So after which you hold down your shift button and you drag this to the left in order to expand our background. You press the enter button and Ctrl D to deselect. You do the same thing for the right hand side. So you drag it down like this. You can move it very close to it, but ensure it does not touch any parts of our model at all. So but I love it the way it is now. So just Ctrl T for free transform and hold down your shift button and drag to the right as well. You can see we have expanded our background. Ctrl D, enter rather, and Ctrl D to deselect. Okay, lovely. So now the next thing we want to do is to duplicate our layer. So let me duplicate our layer, Ctrl J. Okay, so I haven't done that. The next thing we want to do is to go to our quick selection tool. If you are using Photoshop CC, you will have this quick selection tool on it that will have select subjects. You can see, so you can see this select subject. When you go to your quick selection tool, you see the select subjects there. So you select this subject. So as you can see that it's loading now. It's in progress. So as soon as it's finished loading, the next thing we want to do is the AI would have helped us to do at least about 80% of the job that we need to do ourselves. So we just have to look for where the errors are. Yeah, you can see now. So we have the, now let me zoom in, Ctrl plus to zoom in. So we have to look for where we have errors. And okay, if you look at it this way, here we don't need to select this side. So we just have to look for where we might have the, okay, so if you look at this place now, it is not well crossed, so we have to take it deeper inside. So let me adjust that. So since it's like this, the next thing you want to do is you want to click on the polygonal axle tool. So since it's like this, you go to your subtraction. So the next thing is, since you are on your we are on the subtraction here, what we want to do is to, okay, let me zoom in so that we can see what we are doing very well. Okay, so we're gonna like zo 2. Okay, so as you can see, so we have reduced that one now. Okay, since we have done that, so let's go look for, let me zoom out so that we'll be able to see other parts of the model's body that we have not. So as you can see, the spaces here, I'm not going to touch any of them. The reason is I'm going to mask it later, and you see how we are going to remove the background in between the ears, because the strands of the ear, it's not going to be easy to remove the strands of the ear one by one. So as usual, in my previous videos you would have seen how I did that area, but I'm still going to demonstrate that here today. So but here now, for me to get these strands this way, so let me just put this on addition, and the next thing is to, okay, so we look for errors like these that may be in the, meanwhile, the way we are cropping the essence of this clothes is because we want to retain our foot shadow. So we don't want to crop out this body from this clothes that we laid on the ground, so that it will be easier for us to retain our foot shadow. So how we are going to be doing that is to go back to our quick selection tool, ensure that we are on the addition, and we can increase the size of our brush. And the next thing is, it will give us this, will help us to make it faster. So you can see, now you can see that this has just, so we don't need to start cropping it out this way. No. So that has really helped us to achieve everything we are talking about there. And so we have to just look at the video, the image very well, and ensure. So I think we are done. Okay, the eyelashes, so let me just go to the eyelashes, ensure you're on the addition here. This is the addition, so ensure you're on this, and in order for us to get the hair strands around the eyelashes, that's why you're leaving space as usual. If you have watched my previous videos, you would have seen why I said anything pertaining to ear, in order to get the hair strands very well, give space between the background and the ear and mask it. We are done with the selection now. So as usual, you just ensure you are on the duplicated layer 1, and mask it. Go to mask, turn off the background layer, just turn it off. Voila, you can see that we have removed our background from our layer, but we still have little backgrounds around the hair, just like I told you the other time, that we have to leave spaces around the background. So what we shall be doing now to this is, on this mask, just double click, select mask, and ensure you are on this brush tool here. Ensure you're on the brush tool and you are on this plus sign here. So the next thing is just increase the size of my brush, and it will remove the background without touching the hair. The AI will remove the background for us without touching the hair. If you zoom in, you will see that around the eyelashes of this model of ours, we still have the background. So this is how we are going to do it, just like we did that previously. So just do it gently, and it will remove the background around there as well. Okay, so let's wait for it to finish removing that, to remove that. So okay, so if you look at this side as well, it seems this is still part of the background that is showing around here. So let me just remove my brush tool and remove that tiny part as well. Okay, so I've done that. Okay, let me zoom out rather around the, let's look for other side. Okay, in between the ear of the model, you can see, let me increase the size of my brush, and in between the ear of the model you can see the background of the model, that we still have little background showing underneath the ear of the model. So let's just clean this up a little bit and you will see the amazing work the AI is going to do for us. Okay, like so. Because of our time, I'm going to have to rush this, and I'll see you in the next 1 minute. Okay, like so. Okay, so since we have come to the end of the background remover, let me zoom out. The next thing is for us to, you click on OK and ensure you are on a new layer mask. They just click on OK, turn on this layer, and you have to duplicate this layer using Ctrl J. Let's use our Ctrl J to duplicate our layer. Ctrl J. Okay, so now what we have just finished doing is removing our model from the background, and as usual, you know, that's the first step. We have to remove our background from the model again as well. So how do we do that? As usual, hold down your Control key, and on your model layer, just left click, go to select, and modify and expand by anything you like. I prefer to expand by 8. Just click on OK. So now just delete the background, yeah, and select Ctrl D to deselect. Press Ctrl D to deselect. So now, as usual, as I love doing, I like to duplicate my layer. Just Ctrl J again. So I haven't done that. Now we have removed our layer from the background. This is how we are going to know. Let me turn off these layers. You will see that. Okay, now voila, you can see that this is what we have here. We have only our model on our on the screen now. So you can see, if you want to see the background alone, let me just turn this off. Let me turn this on. You can see now, let me control. So you can see we have removed our background from the model. This is our background being removed from the model. So let me turn the other two layers underneath it on, while we leave the model layer turned off. Don't turn on the model layer, just leave it turned off. So on this background layer, just go to your filter and go to your blur and Gaussian blur. So you can just use any scale of radius you like. Let me use any scale of radius I like. I'm going to use around 130. Okay, and I think I'm okay with this 112. You might be looking at it that your model, your picture looks blurry already. Don't forget, this layer is still turned off. By the time you turn it on, your image will become sharper. So press OK on this and turn on. You can see, okay, so voila, you can see your image is sharper now. You can even leave your picture like this. It's perfect like this. If you prefer, if you want to use it like this, you can just leave it this way, and you know, use your lookup table, your color grading tools and everything. You can just apply it this way. But in my own case, I would just like to, you know, manipulate my background. And we are coming to the end of this video. If you haven't subscribed yet to this YouTube channel, just do so by subscribing and hitting the notification button, and drop any comments. If you have any question, you can just drop it and I'll be willing to answer you. You find below it my WhatsApp number, and you can reach me via my WhatsApp number as well. So kindly like and subscribe to this channel so that we'll be able to bring you more of our content in order to make your work easier. I already have my file that I want to use. now. So this is the file we are going to be using, okay, as you can see, and this flower vase as well. Okay, so be that as it may, so we have to bring in our okay, so we have to import our this shelf, this colorful shelf. So let me just move it from here to here and drop it. Yours may be on top of the model, so just what you have to do is just bring it on top of your, beneath your model layer. Yours may be like this. Let me show you. Yours may be like this. So yours may be like this. You can see it's covering the face of your model. So if it's like this, just bring it down again and it will be underneath your model. So, and drag it like so. You can see, drag it up very well, drag it up very well, so you can have, okay, let me, because I want it to cover this side. I still have, okay, let me just leave it like this. Okay, yeah, I think I can leave it like this as well. Okay, let me go ahead and just drag it up. Okay, drag this place up as well. Okay, lovely. So you can see, I think it's okay like this. So we have changed the background of that model there to what we have here, and you can see we still retained our foot shadow. So the next thing I want to do is to bring in the balloon, rather the balloon I used here. So let me go and bring in the balloon as well. So we'll be bringing in our balloon now. Just turn it this way. Let me just do this way so that you can see. Let me zoom in so you can see what we are actually doing. Okay, so like so, and use this to, you know, rotate it a bit like so. Yeah, so okay, if you look at this has shifted. Let me adjust this back. I don't know how it happened like that, so let me just leave it like this. So it's okay like this, and you can see I placed this balloon in such a way that you would think the model is holding the balloon, whereas she's not holding it. It's just underneath her hand. Okay, so and the next thing I want to do is to bring in my flower vase. And then let me just drop it here as well. So the reason why I love using this flower vase is because it has its own shadow underneath it. You can see our flower vase is not showing, so that means I have to drag it up. So that means I have to drag it like this. No, on top of our model. Let me drag it on top of. I have to drag it on top of my model layer, and you know, just expand it to your satisfaction. So just place it like so. Okay, you can see like so, and drag it here like this. Okay, so press enter. Let's see what it gives us. Lovely. You can see this is lovely. Yeah, so this is really lovely. So we've come to the end of our work here, and the next thing we can just try and as you all know, in order to harmonize all this color, I prefer to do a kind of vintage here. So long press on this rectangular macro tool, and to give you this elliptical macro tool as well. Click on it, hold down your shift button, and draw a circle while you, okay, like so. If it's not at the center, just place it in the middle of the whole image. And the next thing you want to do is you inverse it. Ctrl Shift I, press Ctrl Shift I for inverse, and you go to your adjustment layer, go to solid color, ensure it is on 100% black. So you can see it's on 100% black like this, and press OK. So you double click on this color field, the mask on this color field, double click on it, so you can see it will give you the feather. And you can just use a feather of, let's say 700, 770, as you may choose, but I love 770 a lot, 770. So you can see, and press enter. So let me wait for it to initiate that, because it has not initiated it already. By the time it has initiated it, this mouse will turn to a kind of triangle. So it has not done that for us. So let me wait for it to do that. Okay, while I'm waiting, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and the notification button, and please kindly like this video if you find it helpful as well. And if you have any question, you can inbox me. You can send me a WhatsApp message on my line that is showing below the screen here. Okay, it has finished doing that. So if you need to reduce it further, just come to the opacity here. Let's come to our opacity and just reduce it. You see it will be becoming clearer and clearer. Okay, but if you look at it now, what has happened is that now the pictures are not contrasted any longer. I mean, the PNG, this background and this flower, they are not fighting each other any longer. So they are kind of being in harmony now. The colors are cool and everything is cool now. So the next thing is you can just apply your LUTs. So how do I, let me show you how I apply my LUTs. So let me just go to my adjustment layer, color lookup, and the next thing I want to do is come to load 3D LUTs and go to my natural color. Okay, you can see what the natural color did here. So if you love it like this, and if you want to reduce it, you can just come to this opacity, reduce the color if you want. But I love it the way it is. I'm not going to reduce it, so let me just go there. So I'm going to apply another color lookup again. So let me just go to my adjustment layer, color lookup, and this time around I'm going to pick my Mela Chocolate. So you can see it. Let's see the work of the Mela Chocolate. Wow, voila, see how beautiful and lovely this image is. So I just love it this way. I don't think I want to, or I can just, okay, let me just reduce this a bit to reveal it for us a little bit. So you can see we have just manipulated our background, and nobody can tell that we did not snap this picture, take this picture inside this studio. So if you find this video helpful, please kindly subscribe and hit the like button and hit the notification button as well, so that when we drop our next video, you'll be notified and you will see it. Thanks for watching. Do have a lovely day. Bye.